If dredging is the solution, who should have to initiate the process? How does it possible?
So money is not a product. According to me, money is a byproduct.
Means the state government or the central government?
It should be either from the state government or central government.
Next question maybe arised in many minds, because Assam has not only one river, it's probably 300 numbers of rivers. So dredging should be begun with Brahmaputra, with at a time in all rivers, or as a process of beginning from one river. What should be the beginning point?
It should be started with a one river, single river.
And above all, the mind of Chief Minister, his mind should be clear that I am going to do it. People of Assam should be thankful to Mr Gogoi for his initiation. So how would you like to thank Mr Keshab Gogoi? সমস্যাক সম্পদলৈ ৰূপান্তৰ কৰাৰ এক বিশেষ আলোচনা, সেই আলোচনা চলি আছে সম্প্ৰতি। আৰু আমি জানো যে ব্ৰহ্মপুত্ৰক লৈ বা এই বানপানী সমস্যাক লৈ এই সমাধানৰ কাৰণে বিগত কেইবা বছৰ জুৰি এগৰাকী ব্যক্তিয়ে বিশেষভাৱে লাগি আছে কামত, তেওঁ হ'ল কেশৱ গগৈ ডাঙৰীয়া। আৰু অনন্য অসম ফাউণ্ডেশ্যন, অনন্য অসম নৱনিৰ্মাণ সমিতি আৰু কেইবাটাও সংগঠনৰ যুটীয়া প্ৰচেষ্টাত এই সমস্যাৰ সমাধান বিচৰা হৈছে। এই যিটো অনুষ্ঠান, এই অনুষ্ঠানৰ অন্যতম এগৰাকী বক্তা তেওঁ সাৰগৰ্ভপূৰ্ণ বক্তব্য ৰাখিছে, আৰু সেই বক্তব্য অসমবাসীৰ ওচৰলৈ যোৱা উচিত বুলি ভাবিয়ে তেওঁৰ বক্তব্যৰ আধাৰত আমি দুটা প্ৰশ্ন কৰিব বিচাৰোঁ। তেওঁ হ'ল ডক্টৰ মুকুল চন্দ্ৰ বৰা, ডাইৰেক্টৰ ইনষ্টিটিউট অফ ইঞ্জিনিয়াৰিং এণ্ড টেকন'লজি, ডিব্ৰুগড় ইউনিভাৰ্চিটি। আপোনাৰ ভাষণ আমি মনোযোগেৰে শুনিলোঁ, গুৰুত্বপূৰ্ণ ভাষণ আপুনি আগবঢ়ালে। আৰু আপোনাৰ ভাষণৰ সাৰাংশ শেষত এইটোৱে আছিলে যে ড্ৰেজিং ইজ দ্য চলুশ্যন। ইফ ড্ৰেজিং ইজ দ্য চলুশ্যন, হু শুড হেভ টু ইনিচিয়েট দ্য প্ৰচেছ? হাউ ডাজ ইট পচিবল উইদাউট ডিক্লেয়াৰিং flood of Assam as a national calamity? Does it possible?
If we declare flood as national calamities, it will be taken as a national level organization, as a issue, then we will get some money. So money is not a product. According to me, money is a byproduct. That means to do some work, useful work, we need money. So first of all, you have to make a sustainable plan how to dredge the rivers, because the river bed is gradually coming upward, due to which the discharge capacity of the rivers are coming down, and due to which the river is getting widened to accommodate the accumulated water coming through the river. So for that, we have to make a trial basis or pilot project in some rivers, not the Brahmaputra, in some other tributaries, wherein the problem of that upliftment of the river bed is coming up due to huge siltation or huge sediment deposit. So unless and until we do not get the required discharge capacity of the river, the problem of the perennial problem of flood will not going to solve anymore. So this is the high time. Actually, time was elapsed since 1950. So in this line, I want to say one thing, that I was fortunate to have the geotechnical investigation of the embankment, which was constructed to protect the Dibrugarh city. So by seeing the profile of that particular embankment, so I was so astonished that it was so scientifically designed and constructed that it has prevented the city since long time. So in 89 or 88, I could not remember the exact year. So there was a rumor that whole Dibrugarh will go down to the river Brahmaputra, and people fled away. So if this is the situation, then how to solve the problem? The problem will remain, and problem has got solution. Solution in terms of sustainability. That means only dredging of river will not solve the problem. So it would have lead to some ancillary economics. So now Assam is having a lot of unemployment problem. But for a state like Assam, I strongly believe that there could be an economy in the tune of 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh crore in a year, which make the whole Assam as a resourceful state in the entire nation. So with that node, I want to say one thing, that the policymakers should take this initiative in a very...
Means the state government or the central government?
it should be either from the state government or central government. I am still saying the thing that the money is a secondary product. Money needs to do some work, but what work we will do, that has to be planted first.
But we have to accept it's a high costly system, high costly management system. Does it possible for a state government to bear this high cost?
No, it is not exactly high cost or low cost. It will involve some cost. The cost can be mitigated, cost can be minimized with the innovation and some sort of other ideas, which may come to the young minds of the engineers. Just now I have called some person. He is a good innovator. He is a pass out of Guwahati Engineering College. He has made so many beautiful machines for the cultivators that we cannot imagine. So these people are there. So it is not like that we have to procure a dredger at a cost of say 300 crores, 200 crores. It may be a small dredgers too, and it may be planted or it may be placed in different sectors, different sections of the river, so that we can get the proper output out of it. So I was also fortunate enough to investigate the geobag which has been given in the, I think, Jiabharali river near Jamuguri Hat. So I was there. So I have seen that the geobags has protected the embankment, but the level of the bed level of the river coming up, and from the visual examination I could understand that the river bed is quite above the level of that particular paddy field, whatever is the nearby by the side of the embankment. So this type of solution should be only possible when all of us should take the initiative. Not only the government, what government is there? Government is there only for the 3.5 crore of the population. It is not the 126 MLA or MLA who should solve the problem of 3.5 crore population. So that means I want to say that only the people participation can lead to the sustainable solution.
People participation can lead to the sustainable solution. Next question maybe arise in many minds, because Assam has not only one river, it's probably 300 numbers of rivers. So dredging should be begun with Brahmaputra, with at a time in all rivers, or as a process of beginning from one river.
Yes, it should be started with
What should be the beginning point?
It should be started with a one river, single river, and let us see the cost-benefit analysis. How much cost has involved, how much benefit we have received in terms of employment opportunities, in terms of self-employment potential, in terms of export of river sand to some other states and all, where I have already shown that the artificial sand is coming up in a very big way. When our rivers are capable of giving millions of tons of natural sand, why you should go for artificial sand? Artificial sand is nothing but it is crushed from some stones and all. If the stones and the hills are broken down, then what will happen? It will lead to some other calamities. Am I right? So hills are required. Every creation of the nature is required to prevent the human being as well as the other aquatic animals, as well as the other animals, other plants, trees, etc., etc. So everything should be in a close harmony. Otherwise, if we see in a selfish way that only human beings should survive, none other should survive, then they will come when there will be no human being will be survive.
We have been in conversation with Mr Keshab Gogoi for a long time in this point. We are so interested in this solution because he has formulated a formula which if we can brought that formula in practical, then Assam can survive from such kind of flood calamity. My question is, if coming to the dredging point again, suppose we have taken a river and we are ready to dredge. Should it be a continuous process? Because if we dredge one time, then after completing that one time, again. Yes.
That's what I want to mention. There also I have spoken in length at that particular issue, that it should be given to the unemployed. Okay, let us take 1 kilometer of this stage and you dredge it, and whatever materials you receive, you take it and you do your business. So that means it is a win-win situation. One way it will lead to employment opportunity, other way the dredging will be at the free of cost. Am I right? So that is what in engineering terminology we call the economic use of materials. Economic use of materials in the sense, whenever we cut some hills, so our intention is first to make that, if we want to make a road, so the amount of cutting should be equal to the amount of filling, so that there should be any material should be carried out from other parts of the that particular locality, and then what will happen? It will give the economic optimization. So without economy, no engineering can run. We are running engineering by dividing the economics. Economics and engineering should run together. So each and every point of any project, we should go for the economic analysis first. Economic analysis not only in terms of money, economic analysis in terms of benefit to the society. So if we can do these things, I believe that this will be a win-win model and this can be easily implemented in practice.
You want to say that the expenditure cost of the dredging can be minimized by those products coming out from dredging, by selling. It will be leveled if we have to invest money in terms of dredging, then those the product coming out from dredging, that will help to minimize the expenditure of the...
Build a new economy. To build a new economy. It is a new economic avenue which we never see. Actually, it should be seen as an economy, not as a, disaster. So if we do that, I think this will be lead to sustainable solution of the rivers. And again, I am repeatedly telling this thing that dredging is the only solution. Otherwise, how to increase the section, because if you know that 1 inch pipe is there, so how much water will flow? That is fixed, na? If it becomes rusted within the inside the pipes, so its discharge capacity will reduce. Na? You have seen that some old taps where the GI pipes were used, the tap water is coming just like some small amount. Am I right? If you clean the system, then it will come again the highest discharge capacity, whatever is there in the tap and all. So that means what? We have to increase the carrying capacity of the river. To increase the carrying capacity of the river, either you have to widen it or you have to dredge it. Then these are the two solutions.
Okay. Answering my questions, what you have said is a very valuable solutions given by you, and that have been said by Mr Keshab Gogoi for a long time. If we have to do it, then various departments of government come with a single roof. It may be it will have to forest department, water resource department, and various department they should come. And for these initiations, there should be a high-level committee so that all other departments which can be brought in one roof for this solution.
Yes. So actually now the blockchain is a technology which is coming up in a very big way. To know this and to understand the process and define the practices which is prevailing in our country, right? So now for some department, I don't want to mention the name of the department, I am a technical advisor there, so I am doing these things because you know M-Paribahan. What M-Paribahan does? Whenever you enter the vehicle number, it go to the DT office website, right? Transport Department website, and it will verify the document whether the vehicle is in the name of Dr Mukul Borah or in the name of some Kakoti or in the name of some what is your name? Yes, Maram Kr. Am I right? So similarly, whenever these things happens, so it should be just like that one. That means whenever the Land Revenue Department comes into play, so Revenue Department should highly cooperate with the process and with the process, whatever is required for the dredging of the river. There should not be any ambiguity, any confusion amongst the stakeholders. Stakeholder means this is the fishery department, which will lead to the fishery development. This is the revenue department, which should see the land revenue and all records. This is the forest department, which will look after the sand mining activities of the rivers and all. So this, all the departments should come together, including industry department, because fishery is not a agriculture now, it is becoming industry, because the fish can be processed and it can be exported to some other countries, right? So processed food is coming under the terms of purview of industry department or Ministry of Food Processing Industries, whatever it may be, but it is an industry. Now agriculture itself is an industry, so we have to understand that. So when everything becomes industry, so we cannot escape from the battlefield. So in the battlefield, all the soldiers should come together. Soldiers in the sense, agriculture department, the revenue department, the flood control department, then forest department, then say industry department, then fishery department, everything should come under same umbrella, and the group should comprise of all the persons from all the stakeholders, so that the solution can be taken at a time. Otherwise, the files will be under process, nothing will come out.
And above all, the mind of Chief Minister, his mind should be clear that I am going to do it.
No, I am not competent enough to comment on the political arena and all. So my suggestion is that all the departments should come together and they should think for a sustainable solution. and sit for at least 10 to 15 sessions so that things can become more clear to themselves, and then the exact things will happen. Otherwise, by sitting in a air-conditioned chamber for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, it will not solve the problem. Real problem will lie in somewhere else, and we are discussing it somewhere else. I am talking about Jia Bharali, sitting at the PW Convention Center. It is not good, wise and good thought for me. So, since I have seen the river, that is why I am telling.
But I personally believe beginning of a point for solution is always welcome. We have to begin at one point.
Yes.
What I want to say, should we have to, or gratitude to Mr Keshab Gogoi, Director, Ananya Kham Navarimar Committee and former General Secretary of Cotton College Union Society. People of Assam should be thankful to Mr Gogoi for his initiations, because without initiations nothing could be. Maybe solution may come after 6 months, but such kind of discussion, such kind of seminar should be happen, and that is happened under the guidance of Mr Keshab Gogoi. So how would you like to thank Mr Keshab Gogoi?
No, he is my classmate in Cotton College, so I know him from my Cotton College days. So I know he has got some capability to do some work, but he may not get the proper platform and proper place to use his talents and all. So we had a long conversation before coming to this particular meeting and all, this brainstorming session. So we had telephonic conversation a long time. So I told him that whatever you are telling, that is completely your layman concept. So this layman concept will give rise to engineering concept, because once again I am repeating the sentence that apple falls when Newton sees. So do you believe that there was no apple before Newton? So there was apple, but nobody sees it. So Keshab Gogoi has done a wonderful job. I thank him.
Are you hopeful for positive outcome about today's discussion or seminar? What you have?
I am hopeful, because since last 1.5 years I was working for the farmers of the particular state. So I have got enough support from the farmers. I have got enough response from the farmers. Initially it was less, because people thought that whenever some issues had been raised by somebody else, people see in terms of political benefits and all. So that is why I kept silent for 2 months before the election. So that's why I have told like that. And now farmers are coming up. So before coming here, I visited Kwang, that area near Dibrugarh. There will be 2 FPC coming up. I have to visit Lakhimpur. There will be 1 FPC will be coming up. I have to visit Dhemaji, because farmers are calling me that, sir, when are you coming? Because I want to make it a sustainable one. I am for the solution. I am not for the problem. I do not see any problem. I see the solution, right? So there are people who see only the problem, not the solution. Showing the problem is a very easy way, but getting the solution is a very tough job. Getting the solution needs a lot of investment of time, resources, and your own personal thinking. Am I right? So that is why I repeatedly told to my students also. When I joined there, second year student, I interacted. So what they told, sir, when you will become entrepreneur, because you are citing a lot of entrepreneurship activities, but we want to get out of it. We want to get the benefit out of it.
And it does not matter how the problem is bigger, but for any bigger problem, we should have an initiation, and that initiation has been made by Mr Keshab Gogoi and their team, and we Democracy Life team and all other thankful, and for your valuable lecture. What you have said is very important, and we Democracy Life will try to bring to the people of Assam to accumulate support for big system. And many thanks, big thanks to you for your great lecture and giving time to Democracy Life. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So my point is that big problem can be solved by small things.
And a simple initiation.
Yes. It should be initiated by somebody else. And first of all, 5 people will come, then 10, then 20. I believe that if my lecture go to 10 people, it will lead to the 100 people. Because 10 people will speak with 10 people, then it will go to 100.
But initiation should be there.
Yes. Initially, you may not get good responses, but when time elapses, then people will believe you and people will trust you, and then you will get the solution. So I am hopeful that within 1 year or 6 months, this will going to take a shape, and I am very much interested if I can do something for my motherland. So I am the first person that I should feel proud that being an Assamese, I am helping the Assamese people.
Thank you.
Thank you.